killed 5 people, maybe more. He sent taunting letters and cryptic ciphers to newspapers. He threatened school buses, mocked police, and gave himself a name, the Zodiac. And then he vanished. No arrests, no confirmed identity, just fear, clues, codes, and a mystery that's haunted America for over 50 years. But what if the Zodiac was never who we thought? What if he never left? It was the 4th of July, 1969. In Vallejo, California, fireworks lit up the sky. The streets buzzed with celebration.
What was that?
But just outside the city, in a quiet parking lot,
I don't know, stay calm.
at Blue Rock Springs Park, darkness swallowed the air. Inside a parked car sat 22-year-old Darlene Ferrin and 19-year-old Mike Musher. They were laughing, talking, maybe falling in love. And then, headlights. A second
Darlene!
car pulled up behind them.
Darlene, are you
The
okay?
driver sat still for a moment, watching.
I don't know.
Then he stepped out.
Something's wrong.
He walked toward them with deliberate calm, holding something in his hand. Before either could speak, gunshots shattered
Police
the
department.
night. The window exploded. Mike screamed.
I need to
Bullets
report
tore through
something.
his body. Darlene was hit multiple times. She slumped
Goodbye.
over, bleeding, gasping. The men turned, paused, and fired again. Then he walked back to his car, drove off, vanished. Exactly 40 minutes later, a call came to the Vallejo Police Department. The voice on the line was flat, emotionless. I want to report a double murder. If you go 1 mile east on Columbus Parkway, you will find kids in a brown car. They were shot with a 9mm Luger.
I'm glad we could sneak
I
away
also
for a
killed
bit.
those kids last
Dude,
year.
this is nice.
Goodbye. Click. No name, no panic. Just a voice in the dark. Darlene died. Mike survived. And with that call, the Zodiac Killer introduced himself to the world. But to understand where it began, you have to go back. December 20th, 1968. Lake Herman Road. 2 high schoolers on a first date. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen parked beneath the stars. Moments later, someone approached their car. David was shot once in the head. Betty Lou ran. She was gunned down from behind. 5 bullets in her back. No suspects, no motive, just death. In
You
the
can't
dark.
stop what's coming.
For months, police said nothing. Then came the summer, August 1st, 1969. 3 newspapers, the Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. Each received a letter, typed, precise, full of detail. Dear editor, I am the killer of the 2 teenagers last Christmas at Lake Herman, and the girl last 4th of July. Each envelope contained a coded message, a cipher, written in strange symbols, over 400 characters long. If you do not print this cipher in your paper, the letter warned, I will go on a kill rampage, killing lone people in the night, until I end up with a dozen people over the weekend. The newspapers printed the cipher. The
Is that what I
public
think it
panicked.
is?
Gun sales spiked. Parents kept
Is that
their
what I think
children
it is?
home. No one felt safe. And at the bottom of each letter, the killer left a strange symbol. A circle with a cross. His signature. His brand. His name. The Zodiac. 2 weeks later, a school teacher and his wife cracked the cipher. The message was terrifying. I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun
Pleasure
than killing
and power.
wild game in the forest. Because man is the most dangerous animal of all. When I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and all that I have killed will become my slaves. There was no apology,
City
no regret, just a declaration of pleasure.
City reacts to
The
terrifying
Zodiac
letter.
was different. He didn't just want to kill. He wanted you to watch. He wanted you to fear. And he wasn't finished. September 27th, 1969. Lake Berryessa. A warm afternoon. College students, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, were lying on a blanket. the lake shimmering behind them. Suddenly, footsteps. A man approached. He wore a black hood, a strange, square-shaped mask, with sunglasses over it, a symbol drawn on his chest, the circle and cross. He told them he was an escaped convict. He said he just needed their car.
I'm gonna tie
and some
you up.
money. He
I'm an
ordered
escaped
them to
convict
lie
from
down,
Montana.
tied them up.
I need your car to go to
Then,
Mexico.
without warning, pulled a knife. He stabbed Brian 6 times, Cecilia 10. Then he walked to Brian's car. On the door, he wrote in black marker, Vallejo, 12-4-20, 68, 7-4-69, set 20-4-69, 6-30, by knife. And he signed it with a symbol. Later that night, the same calm voice called the police. I want to report a murder. No, a double murder. They are 2 miles north of park headquarters. They were in a white Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. The Zodiac struck
We have a
again.
situation at the old mill.
And still,
You need to come
he was
alone.
nowhere to be found. 3 attacks, 5 confirmed dead.
I am the one you are
One
looking
near-death
for.
survivor, and the city paralyzed by fear. But just when police thought they'd seen the worst, it got worse. October 11th, 1969, San Francisco.
Zodiac
A
still
cab
at
driver
large.
named Paul
City
Stein
gripped by
picked up a
panic.
fare in Union Square. The destination was a few blocks away. But when the cab reached the corner of Washington and Cherry Street, the man pulled out a gun. He shot Stein in the head, then took his wallet, his keys, and chillingly tore off a piece of the man's bloody shirt. 3 teenagers watched it all from across the street and called the police. 2 officers arrived moments later. They stopped a man nearby, a white male, stocky build, walking calmly. Dispatch had described the suspect as black. They let him go. It may have been the Zodiac. They would never know. 2 days later, the San Francisco Chronicle received a new letter. This is the Zodiac speaking. Enclosed, a piece of Paul Stein's bloody shirt. Proof. He mocked the police. He taunted the mayor. And he made a terrifying threat. He said he would shoot out the tires of a school bus, then pick off the children as they came running out. That one line paralyzed the city. Parents refused to send their kids to school.
It's real.
Buses were escorted by patrol cars. Teachers bought it with baseball bats and shotguns. The Zodiac was in control. He didn't need to kill every day. He just needed to speak. And when he did, people listened. His next letters were filled with symbols, puzzles, and codes. He claimed to have killed more. 7, 10, 13.
This is the
The numbers
Zodiac
changed.
speaking.
The stories grew. But one thing remained the same. The fear, the mystery, and the fact that no one, not the police, not the FBI, not the public, could stop him. Not yet. By 1970, the Zodiac Killer wasn't just a murderer. He was a myth.
We interrupt this
ghost,
program for
a
an
name
urgent news
whispered
bulletin.
in
The
diners,
Zodiac
in
Killer has
classrooms,
struck
in
again.
newspaper
Oh my
columns,
God, not
and
again.
late-night radio shows.
This is the
He had killed
Zodiac
at least
speaking.
5 people, possibly more. He had sent
By
dozens
the
of
way,
letters, ciphers,
Have you
and
cracked the
threads,
last cipher I
each more
sent you?
twisted than the last. And yet, no one could stop him. No one even knew who he was.
Another
But in
letter
the
from the
darkness,
Zodiac.
The police were trying. Dozens of detectives across Northern California worked day and night. They built timelines, collected witness statements,
Zodiac claims 7
compared
victims.
handwriting.
Zodiac now says
They
10
looked into
dead.
hundreds of
Zodiac?
suspects.
13
And one
confirmed?
name kept rising to the top. Arthur Lee Allen, a former elementary school teacher from Vallejo. He lived near the first crime scenes. He was fired from his job for misconduct. He had an obsession with ciphers. He owned a Zodiac brand wristwatch with the same crosshair logo. He told a friend he fantasized
Another sleepless
about killing
night in the
people
city by the
at
bay.
random and calling himself
Authorities
the
are still
Zodiac.
searching for the man who calls
1971,
himself Zodiac.
police
Did you
searched
hear?
Allen's trailer.
They think it's him
They
again.
found knives, guns,
The mysterious Zodiac.
explosives, even a bloody knife, which he claimed was from killing chickens. But there was no physical evidence linking him to any Zodiac crime. His fingerprints didn't match. His handwriting, according to experts, wasn't a match either. Still, suspicion lingered. Detectives watched him for years. They followed him, questioned his facts, kept files
I
inches
think I've
thick.
got it. If this
They
date
couldn't
lines
prove
up
a
with the
thing.
new evidence,
And
we have
Alan
our
knew
connection.
it. Whenever asked about the Zodiac, he just smiled. The Zodiac, meanwhile, continued to write. More letters arrived throughout 1970 and 71. He sent a Halloween card to the Chronicle. Inside was a drawing of a skeleton and the words, "Peekaboo, you're doomed." In another, he claimed he had killed 13 people, then 17, then 37. He threatened to blow up his school. He sent a cipher that remained unsolved for over 50 years. But then, silence. By 1974, the letters stopped. Just like that. No final goodbye. No signature kill. He vanished. The same way he had appeared. Without warning. Without reason. Without justice. Years passed. The Bay Area moved on. But the shadow of the
They
Zodiac
never found the body,
truly
you know?
faded.
He just
In the decades that
disappeared.
followed, the mystery only grew. Books were written, documentaries filmed, hundreds of armchair detectives pored over the ciphers, the maps, the letters. Everyone had a theory. Some said he was a government agent. Others believed he was
I used it on
military,
chickens.
trained, calculating. Some insisted he died in the 70s. Others believed he was still alive, watching from the sidelines, laughing. Then, in 1991, Arthur Lee Allen
It's
died
not
of a heart
him.
attack. He was never charged, never cleared. He went to his
I'm
grave
tired.
with the weight of suspicion and the silence of a man who knew more than he let on. But the story didn't end there. In 2007, the Zodiac's 340-character cipher, sent in 1961, was still unsolved. It had stumped the FBI, the CIA, the NSA. It was known as Zodiac 340. Then, in 2020, 51 years later, a breakthrough. 3 amateur code breakers, one in the US, one in Australia, and one in Belgium, finally cracked it. Using a mix of old-school pattern analysis and modern computing, they uncovered the message. I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show, which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise. All the sooner because I now have enough slaves to work for me. Even after half a century, his voice echoed, taunting, mocking, otherworldly, but still, no name, no clues, no justice. In 2021, a group calling itself the Case
Peekaboo,
Breakers, former
you
law
are
enforcement
doomed.
and forensic experts, claimed the Zodiac was a man named Gary Francis Post,
He's mocking
a
us.
Vietnam veteran, a man with a violent past. He had scars that matched the police sketch. Some believed the ciphers contained an anagram of his name. But again, there was no solid proof. Post had died in 2018, and with him, perhaps the truth. The Zodiac case remains officially open in some jurisdictions, but in the eyes of the law, it is cold. And yet, every few years, something stirs. A letter surfaces. A cipher is cracked. A suspect is named. And the mist lifts on. Because the Zodiac didn't just take lives. He took something else. He stole peace. He turned fear into entertainment. He made murder into mystery. And left behind a question that still haunts the American imagination. Who was the Zodiac Killer? A loner? A genius? A madman? Or something far worse? Someone who was always there, hiding in plain sight. Someone we all passed once and never knew. Because the truth about the Zodiac may not be hidden in some secret cipher. It may be staring back at us in a crowd, smiling, silent, watching, The story is over, but the shadow remains.